Taxes got you in a bind? The Illinois Department of Revenue wants to remind everybody to make sure to file your taxes by April 18th. With New Year's resolutions, it seems like a lot of people are focusing on fitness. One great way to stay fit is to try a climbing wall. Storm drains are important for safety during periods of inclement weather such as prolonged rain. This storm drain right here, for example, is actually flooded because there's been so much rain, so cars at this intersection have to be extra careful. Karma Trade is a local swap shop, which means people can come in and bring in things that they don't need anymore, swap it out, and go home with something new. I like this. It's a good color on it. Straighteners and other heat styling tools are one of the leading causes of home and apartment fires. That's why it's important to turn off and unplug before leaving the house. I should probably finish doing my hair though. Skating is so easy and so fun, just about anybody could do it. See? When the weather gets nicer and the snow has all melted, it is easier to see how many potholes have formed during the winter season. Potholes in road pavement can be dangerous to both drivers and their vehicles when they are not taken care of. Chris Kester is the Administrative Service Manager of the Champaign Public Works Department. Kester explained that the city routinely sends out teams to fill potholes in order to prevent harm.
We have heard of people hitting a pothole and popping a tire or causing some other damage to their vehicle.
Caitlin O'Malley has only had a car with her in Champaign for 2 months, and already she has experienced trouble with potholes.
I hit it straight on my left front tire, and I had to drive home that weekend, and I actually had to get it fixed. Severely misaligned my front left tire, so that was super annoying, but we did get it fixed, kind of.
O'Malley said her front left tire is still slightly misaligned, so she has become extra careful when it comes to avoiding potholes these days.
I try to put my car in the middle of a pothole. That's the only way I can feel like I can really avoid it, because they're directly in the middle of the street. Otherwise, there's really no way of avoiding potholes. They really are everywhere.
One way the city of Champaign works to eliminate potholes is with the use of an app. On SeeClickFix, people can report potholes in addition to other non-emergency issues. Especially in certain weather conditions, potholes can make driving that much more dangerous, which is why it is so important and residents are encouraged to report potholes to the Champaign Public Works.
Anytime anyone sees one, they can report it to Public Works. If you see one, try to avoid it. If you're not able to avoid it, I would recommend slowing down.
O'Malley has not reported any potholes yet, but she says they are a burden on drivers in the area.
There's definitely quite a few. These roads definitely need to be paved or something. I feel like it just needs to be fixed.
In Urbana, UI7 Live, Maddy Chemers. Take a look at how our first practice went.
Oh my gosh, I haven't put one of these on in I don't know how long.
Fits like a glove.
It does fit like a glove. Look at us. Safe. All right, here we go. Pop-ups coming in into left field. Oh!
Not as good. Yeah!
Oh, beautiful!
Coach Scar, what was the vibe tonight?
The vibe was mid.
Okay, so what do we need to work on? What's the reason behind this midness?
That was more of a self-critique.
Oh, God. Sorry, my bad.
Little inside.
But you guys are looking great. Ready for the All-Stars. Illini, women's softball. I think you guys are D1 material.
2 new players for the team right here.
Ball and Stu. Don't play ball in the house.
Gonna break a window.
Or a camera.
What is your prediction for this year? What are some things that you think I need to work on? What are you thinking the team's gonna need to work on?
As the resident softball expert, I think we're going to have to work on talking in the field. That's a big thing.
Calling
and you have
the ball.
to
You can get hurt.
build that after years and years of playing with the same people. We've never played softball with this team.
Yeah.
But on the basketball court, we got really good at talking
so this
throughout
could help,
the season.
you know, kind of correlate from sport to sport.
Welcome back to UI7 Live and welcome back to Maddy Chemers with weather.
I'm back with your weather update. Anthony, there is so much going on out there. Do you skateboard?
I do not, thankfully.
Now is not a good time to learn because there is so much rain. There's going to be snow. There's going to be ice. It is not good for the bearings, let me tell you, as a skateboarder.
Okay.
But take a look at this video that I grabbed on the way to the studio today. So much going on. So much rain falling. It was misting at first on my way to the studio, but as you can see, there's not even all the snow and ice from the storm 2 weeks ago that is completely cleared up. So we are going to see even more precipitation on top of that. Speaking of precipitation, let's take a look at the radar for today. Again, we are seeing quite a bit of rain. This rain is going to turn into sleet and eventually turn into snow that's going to come our way into Champaign County later tonight. Don't get too caught up on the snow, though, because before that, Champaign County is currently under flood watch. Do not underestimate this rain because there is going to be clearly a lot of it. Let's take a look at a timeline for today. So first, we are going to see rain with a flood watch, and then around 1 p.m., the temperature is really going to take a dive, and we can expect freezing rain and wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And then eventually we can see some snow getting up to 4 to 7 inches. We are right on the cusp there in Champaign County, so we really don't know if it could be anywhere between 4 and 7 inches. Then tonight, temperatures are dropping down to single digits as low as 3 degrees and wind gusts up to 37 miles per hour, potentially also a couple more inches of snow. Tomorrow will still be chilly, but we can expect some sun shining through our skies, high of 28 degrees and a low of 13 degrees. Saturday, we are also going to get some sun, hopefully to melt some of that snow that we're getting. Temperatures have a high of 23 degrees and a low of 14. And then on Sunday, the temperature will start to creep back up with a high of 46 degrees, but touch back down to 35 degrees Sunday evening with wind gusts as high as 32 miles per hour.
Good morning, Illini. We have a great show for you today. We are going to hear from Urbana Fire Station Captain Dave Wisher for National Fire Prevention Week, specifically what fire safety sounds like.
We will also learn about the first animals at Brookfield Zoo that have been given the COVID vaccine. We'll see an inside look at bearcats and sloths getting their shots and hear from the doctor who administered them.
Several animals that we did, it was really a nice feeling to know that we were at the point where we're able to start providing protection from this and hopefully starting to get back to some normal routines in terms of care and programming and that sort of thing.
And we asked students a couple of questions to put their homecoming knowledge to the test. Stay tuned to see if you're school savvy enough to get these questions right.
Who did Illinois play in football?
I guess.
Wisconsin.
All this and more coming up on this week's episode of Good Morning Illini.
Hello, Champaign-Urbana. Today is Friday, October 8th. It's 70 degrees out and it is a Good Morning Illini. I'm Patrick Catazone.
And I'm Erica Flossbecker. This week was jam-packed, so we have a great show coming up for you today. Patrick, first of all, how does it feel to be back in your anchor chair for season 6?
It's great. I realized walking in today, I was like, oh, I don't think I've been an anchor in like 4 months. It's been a while, so it's nice to be. And the first time anchoring with you, Erica. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to anchor with you.
Yeah, thank you.
And homecoming is coming up next weekend. It tends to put me in that fall mood, but I don't know if the weather would agree with me. Let's send it out to Joanna in the courtyard to find out.
I don't know everything that you see.
Thanks, guys. I am currently outside in the courtyard of Richmond Studio. It's feeling a little humid out here, but mostly temperate. I'm going to be coming at you with the full forecast later in the show to be talking about maybe what you should be wearing this weekend to stay comfortable and get the most out of your homecoming weekend. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Joanna. This weekend, the Marching Illini will be joined by a few guests at their various campus performances. The alumni band will join the Marching Illini throughout the weekend in the homecoming parade on Saturday morning, and then during their Girl Power halftime show at the game Saturday afternoon. This weekend's show celebrates the 50th anniversary of women in the Marching Illini, as well as the Illinettes dance team. New this year, the alumni band is doing a large tailgate together before the football game. Nearly 300 alums plus their families and friends will gather in Grange Grove to catch up before the big halftime performance with the Marching Illini.
Just never done it before. And what's exciting about it is it gives an opportunity for not only the alumni who are marching, but also we've got like 100 extra tickets that we sold because people want to bring their friends and family, but also those people who don't necessarily want to march or can't march anymore, they can come back to the tailgate. So I'm just really looking forward to a really fun afternoon with the rest of the alums and even a bigger group now because we've got this tailgate event.
Many alums on the field this year come from the class of 2020 and class of 2021. Last year, the COVID pandemic took away the class of 2021 senior season, and they will also be recognized on the field this weekend.
With homecoming, of course, comes the classic homecoming ask, when people ask their dates, and sometimes it's in public setting too. Some try to be creative and unique, while others keep it simple. A classic line I'm sure we've all heard is, Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Outdated? Sure. But this line might actually get some use this year because there's one university alum that really did fall right out of the sky to make it back here. Last Friday, astronaut Mike Hopkins returned to campus as an aerospace engineer graduate and now commander of the craft that launched last November, known as the Crew 1 SpaceX Crew Dragon Resilience. He also stopped by to see the Illini beat Charlotte in the football game on Saturday. Let's take a look at the video he recorded with Fighting Illini Athletics.
Hey Illini Nation, it's Mike Hopkins. It is great to be back on Earth after spending 6 months in space, and I am so excited. I got to spend a little bit of time with the football team, and I am looking forward to seeing all of you with us tomorrow. Go Illini, ILL.
That is so cool that he went all the way up there into space and still made it back in time to visit his alma mater and see the Illini win while he was here. Must have been fun. It's always awesome to see our alumni doing incredible things like that, and really makes you think the sky is the limit. But even for Hopkins, that wasn't true.
While vaccines are not new, some people are getting theirs now. Well, maybe I shouldn't say people. In response to animals at zoos across the country contracting the virus, animals at Brookfield Zoo have started to receive the COVID vaccine too. In a press release from Brookfield last month, the zoo explained they are using a new strain of the COVID vaccine used specifically for animals by Zoetis. This strain is being administered to animals who are most susceptible to the virus based on genetic makeup and proximity to zoo patrons and care staff. Dr. Mike Adkisson, Vice President of Clinical Medicine for the Chicago Zoological Society, has now administered the vaccines to almost all the mammals at Brookfield Zoo.
Many of our animals were trained in the months leading up to it to sit comfortably against some sort of protective barrier where we could still get to a muscle for the injection, and the care staff work through that with them.
Now we're going to take a look at some of the animals getting their vaccine with Dr. Adkisson. So first up is Cayenne the serval, and I believe a serval is a wild cat. Patrick, you want to cuddle?
No, that I would not. Nope.
Nope.
Not for me. Not for me.
Me either.
Next up is Sandy. Sandy is a Binatron, also known as a bear cat. It kind of looks like an all-black, very weathered raccoon, but Sandy is cute. I like Sandy. Sandy, maybe we would be buds.
All right.
Very cute.
I like it.
Wouldn't get close to him though. But.
Me either. And the last photo we have from Brookfield Zoo vaccinating their animals is this adorable two-toed sloth named Timo. Timo looks like he has a snack there, and he is fully chilling. He really is so cute. I could look at this picture forever, but then I'd become a sloth.
I gotta say, of all the animals that we saw there, That's like the only one that I would want.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Now let's bring it back to animals on campus. We may not have bearcats and sloths, but we do have plenty of dogs. So many that there's actually a group chat for dog owners to meet up. One of the members in the Dogs on Campus group is Michaela Prosy, an intern at Pupcake's Dogs Training, where she first brought her dog, Miko. Prosy works with Katrina Junis at the training facility that is run in Junis's backyard. Pupcakes holds obedience and agility classes for all levels of dogs, as well as specialty classes such as therapy dog prep and service dog training.
I wanted to get involved because I think that it's a really good program to help people with dogs that are either reactive or just want to socialize their dog but don't really know how. I also think that it's really good being a student on campus coming to a place like here, because I know it can be kind of scary. When I first got Miko, I wasn't really sure how many people would have dogs on campus. So I think that it was really refreshing to be able to have a place where I knew that he would get socialized properly and I could do it the right way.
In addition to Pupcake's lessons at Junis's property, the organization also offers private classes at dog owner homes, as well as group classes that meet at local parks. Working at Pupcakes also allowed new opportunities to arise for Prosy. One of the dog owners in a class Prosy helps with asked her to dog sit for Prosy, and Miko both had a blast. If you have a dog and the two of you are getting restless at home, bring your buddy to Washington Park or head straight to Pupcakes for some canine socializing.
If your Friday is still open, you can check out the Siebel Center for Design for their grand opening later today. The event will kick off at 1 p.m. with a dedication from Tom Siebel, a part of the Siebel Foundation as one of the main donors to complete this project. The Siebel Center for Design is a collaborative space for students, faculty, and community members alike.
What we really want people to understand is that Siebel Center for Design is not just for engineers, it's not just for designers or design majors, it is literally for everybody. And what's in the center, especially if students come in and have a look around, is it's a place where you can take an idea really from start to finish, from brainstorm to prototype.
The Siebel Center for Design provides study spaces, cozy couches, interactive classrooms, workspaces, fashion show runways, and more. Spaces can be reserved ahead of time by just about anybody on campus that wants to use them. The Siebel Center also uses classrooms for actual university classes to be held in, as well as workshops and other clubs and RSOs. The Siebel Center is continuing to do research on how best to promote collaboration and learning between peers. Sticky notes and whiteboards line the walls as they are always taking constructive criticism to make the space more inclusive. And I think I just found my new study spot. I'm definitely going to have to check out the Siebel Center.